They don't get it. And I'm going to tell you right now that most African American, educated African Americans don't get it. They think that this is a racist movement. They think that there's a hidden agenda of bias. They think it's another opportunity for the man to put us down. And I go to them and I say, that can't be totally the truth, because I'm here. Because I'm here. And if you have any doubt, I'm here. I tell them. I really truly do believe, though, that, and I don't know, do we consider this a grassroots movement? Grassroots, like it's kind of just beginning, it's a grassroots. I really think that if we're going to do this, you guys, if we're seriously going to do this, then, you know, JD, I mean, I just can't tell you how much I appreciate you allowing me this opportunity to share and to talk. But we're going to have to cross the line, the racial barriers. We're going to have to cross the lines. We're going to have to accept people that are different from us. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, that's kind of a little bit harder to do in Aberdeen, because when I moved to Aberdeen in 2006, I was reading the census, and they said in the whole of Brown County there are 100 black people. 100. So it might be hard to kind of do that in Aberdeen, but I tell you, there are Native Americans here. There are Native Americans here, and we've got to do better about how we treat Native American people. We got to be. What happens is, you guys, is we look like we're the good old boys club, and we just can't afford to do that. Do you understand what I mean? That is my admonishment to us. We can't afford to do that. We have got to accept people because of, what did Martin Luther King say? Not because of the color of their skin, but of the content of their hearts. We have to learn to accept them. Are you getting this? Is this okay? And finally, this is the last thing I really want to share with you here. In fact, let me go into my notes. Let me go into my notes a little bit. I really could go all day. I like you guys. This is really fun. I like you guys, and I like being here. I wish I could have come here earlier, but I'm going to be here the rest of the night for sure, just to hang out. And I'm praying that it doesn't snow. But I want to tell you guys something. It might disappoint you, and I hope this doesn't cause you to think ill of me for this. But I voted for Obama. I voted for him. And would I vote for him again? Let's just say that I want change, but I want a different kind of change. Are you with me? I want change, but I want a different kind of. I want different kind of change. But one of the things that we can never afford to do, and this is one of the things my sisters have thrown into my face. I'm going to use a word that I hope you guys never ever use, but I'm going to use it to make my point. We cannot call Obama a nigger. We cannot do that. Too many people are doing that right now. They're throwing that word out right now. I have a friend of mine who said, yeah, my dad does that all the time. We cannot afford to do that. You will not win those people of color who might be on the edge. You will not win them. If that ever happens, we have to give this man the respect of his office. If you don't respect his policy, if you don't respect the man, we have to give him the respect of his. We have to give him the respect of his office. Do you understand what I'm saying? Does it mean we can't reap change? Hey, man, that's why we live in America, right? Because we can make changes. We can do what needs to be done so that we can live in the manner in which we want to live, right? Isn't that one of the great things about living here? Come on now. I just spent the day at Aberdeen Christian School where a gentleman named Chatra Tanang from Tibet was talking about how because he was not Buddhist, because he became a Christian, they threw him in prison. They beat him up. They spit on him. One woman filled a jar of spit so that she could throw it on him because he had been a Buddhist and he turned away from the way of Buddha to become a Christian. I thank God that I can stand right here and I can say, God bless America. I can also say, I am a follower of God. I can do whatever I want, and I'm not going to get thrown in jail for it. I thank God for that right. But I tell you something, we have an opportunity. You know what? We have an opportunity, don't we? We have an opportunity. We have an opportunity. And I admonish you, just as a person of color here, that we have to, do you guys get what I'm saying? I've totally gone off my notes here, but do you understand what I'm trying to say? Let's say, listen, you guys, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to share with you here today. I think that we're on to something. Do you guys feel it? I think that we're on to something. I think it's going to catch. I think that we're going to be able to say that, listen, there were a lot of people who decided they wanted to sleep through this thing, but we didn't do that. And because of our effort, because we got out there, we pounded the pavement, because we were willing to meet and assemble like this, we were able to reap change in our nation. We were able to go back to our roots. We were able to say, not on our watch. Not on our watch. God bless you guys. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you, JD. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. I'm just excited to be part of your Tea Party. So as you can assume, as a police officer, I don't get invited to too many parties anymore. So I'm just riled up to be at a party. Thank you. It's good to see so many people out there today ready to take back their individual rights. Proud to be here with you today. Nancy Pelosi had once said that this is an AstroTurf movement, meaning it's fake with nothing real to back it. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. And I wish she was here today to see all of you working hard, chanting, coming out, spreading the message of freedom to let her know that this is a grassroots movement, that we are in this until we win it, until we get our individual rights back. Thomas Jefferson once said, and I quote, "I predict future happiness for Americans if they can prevent the government from wasting the labors of the people under the pretense of taking care of them." End quote. And what do we have in America today? A huge, ever-expanding federal government aimed at stealing your money and putting it into their pockets. And they're telling you that it's for you. It's a good thing. It's in your best interest. It's to take care of you. Thomas Jefferson warned us of a government, warned us of a tyrannical government in which when the people fear the government, they live in tyranny. But only when the government fears the people will they be free. And we're all here today to put some fear into that government. To let them know we're not going to sit idly by and watch you take our God-given rights away from us. We will make a stand. One of the biggest tools that this federal government uses to impose its will upon us is the Federal Reserve, or the Fed, an unconstitutional bureaucracy made up of private investors without any oversight from the people in which it steals money. To this day, and this might just blow your mind, to this day, there is no federal codified law saying you have to pay a tax on your wages in labor. Let me say that again just so it sinks in. There is no federal codified law that says you must pay tax on your wages in labor. The income tax is wrong, immoral, and downright illegal. It is a Fourth Amendment violation because it is a search of your personal records without a search warrant. It is a Fifth Amendment violation because you don't have the right to remain silent. You have to tell them your records. You have to show them your records. It is a 10th Amendment violation because nowhere in the Constitution does it say that the government can levy a direct tax on you. And the 10th Amendment says if it doesn't say it in the Constitution, then those rights are the rights of the people and then the state. And according to the United States Supreme Court case of Stanton versus Benton in 1916, the income tax is a 16th Amendment violation. The United States Supreme Court has outlined in case law the very amendment that most of us think makes the income tax legal is violated by a direct tax on your wages and labor. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled, as stated in the Constitution, all taxes must be apportioned, and thus a tax on your wages in labor is a direct tax and unconstitutional. But all of us pay an income tax. Why?